Welcome back everyone, let's play Hot Wheels Ultimate Racing. So who's this? This Alex lookalike, this strange, very alike Alex lookalike. Well, I said last time we saw it, or at least I said a while back, you might have seen, you might remember that we've actually seen an Alex lookalike before. I'm bringing up a particular model of the car to base the appearance off of, by the way, so one moment. No pop-ups. There was another car called Vulture that was, oh, it was because it was the Marvel character Vulture. Interesting. There you go. It's actually, interestingly, the model of the paint job for Vulture that I wanted to use for this is actually the main one you see on the Hot Wheels Wikia page. And of course, we happen to have that color perfectly right here. Awesome. You might recognize it a little bit better now. Seeing it with these colors. It's actually a pretty good recreation. Awesome. Oh. Now we'll start upgrading it in other ways. Back when we see, why did the decals disappear here? Back when things evolved into a real fight for the first time, when they first evolved into a real fight, back in, what was it even called? What was it called? Hot Wheels Bash Arena. You might remember having seen the clones, of course, have plenty of robots, and in some cases not robots, but also, in particular, the ones that Bird ran into, a bunch of robotic clones of Alex. Looks like one has survived, and it's back with a vengeance. So we now have here the robotic clone of Alex joining us. I didn't expect that to happen. That's cool. +1 to the robot team. New member. Permanent member? Who knows? We'll see. Can they prove themselves worthy enough of not being destroyed like all the other robots were? We'll see. Those things apparently weren't very durable anyways. They're apparently like cheap action figures. Breaking with a flick of the wrist. But we'll see if they can prove anything. We'll see them try to strut their stuff later. For the time being, there's somebody else to play as. Or that ends up being. There's Muscle Tone here. I don't really plan on playing as Sydney or whatever her name is. There is Alex, but I feel like I should be racing as Alex. We also haven't played. We do know So Fast is here, but we haven't played as So Fast. We haven't unlocked So Fast. We'll have Bert here. Bert will be the one that we do a collection challenge with. But we're not going to play as. We're not even going to have unlocked everyone to play as by the time we do the ultimate challenge. Unfortunately, it's just going to be unfortunate. So we'll just have to see who we end up playing as. Well, what's looking like right now actually is it would be. Have I already upgraded this one? I've upgraded that one. Cool. The Alex clone. We might not play as Alex clone. I'm not sure. I'm not sure we will. Do you want to play as Bert right now or switch over to a robot? We don't have any robots to play as other than the Alex clone though. I don't feel like in the Alex clone that much screen time. So so basically for the last set of races, the options we have are, we definitely have Alex we can play as. I don't plan on playing as the Alex clone. Potentially So Fast. I believe this is the one that looked like So Fast to me. Maybe? This was this one. It was one of these guys. One of these I was thinking would be So Fast. And there was one car, Shredster or something like that. Kira could end up on the one that. If this one ends up looking like slightly like Shredster, like I feel like it's what kind of does. You could say that one's Gearhead. Or one of these would be so fast. I don't know if it's this one or this one that looks like so fast to me when I see it on the track. This one though is Power Rocket, and will not literally Power Rocket probably, but it looks way like Power Rocket, so we'll have them. Probably not be played as, but they'll definitely be here, and we'll talk more about why they're here once we unlock them. My Auto Scoons, but seemingly not Auto is actually here. Maybe not Auto. And this one, we'll probably talk about that one too once we unlock. In fact, this is probably the one we're going to unlock with the minigame, or the collector. We'll talk about who they are. They're not going to be that relevant though. Probably. I don't expect them to be. In fact, we might just talk about those characters now, instead of waiting until we actually finish the game, effectively, to do that. So let's get Vert in here. So it looks like we're going to be playing, though, as Alex for the last set of races, which is not inappropriate at all. Unless he plays another robot, but that's awkward. We'll see. At this point, it's the human. Well, right now the humans have an edge. We'll see if that changes, though. I don't know if I'm going to count collector levels for who performs how well, though, honestly. These ones are a massive nuisance to do without ever losing, because you have all these annoying jumps. I do suspect that, unless we run into some unexpected difficulties, this car turns so... It at least feels like it feels really nicely compared to Gearhead's ride, which doesn't say much. Isn't saying much, doesn't mean much. I say they get a boost for that. But... we'll see how it works out. Of course, anybody has any ideas or suggestions, I'll also be happy to listen to that too. It's weird though, see, sometimes I seem to get boosts for things on these collector missions, sometimes not. I don't know why that is. It seems so consistent. Wow, really? I wasn't even boosting or anything. I was letting up on the gas before I didn't even really hold down the gas until just a little bit before that jump too. I was trying to go slow. Although I do have a lot of time for this one, thankfully. That time can fade away pretty quickly. I'm not careful. Or if anything stupid happens. Bird's got the air brakes too. I guess everyone just has air brakes. Alright. Nothing to worry about here now. Whatever. Let's go to the left this time. I think there are only 2 forks on this level. On this track. The other one is right here. I'll go up this way this time, I guess. The thing is, this is only... This path doesn't have a jump, does it? Does it? Oh, it does, never mind. There's multiple jumps. Jumps that concern me greatly, for that matter. Okay, cool. So most concerning thing is that I'm missing 3 collectibles instead of 2. I don't know where that 3rd one is. So I messed up that jump twice. Oh. I guess there's the 3rd one. So I actually need to get going pretty quickly now. Try to get back to that jump. I get boost. Oh no, I didn't. Well, okay. That's for top speed, and also comebacks. And also safe states. But of course, we do know that's how it works. Maybe Bert just does really in high pressure situations or something, but whatever the case is, Bert seems to be at the top of the game whenever they've fallen behind a little bit. They need to step it up at the last moment. Ooh. Yeah, that's a kind of a new place about that. Let's just get on to the end here and we should be okay. Oh, I did say that I was going to talk about the sudden appearance of Otto's goons, or goons singular. I never really was sure if I thought of them as a single character or a multitude of characters, but in this case it's probably the best of Otto's helpers, whatever the case is. So what's the deal here? So, you might remember if you had a few games ago, well, last game? Whatever it was. Yeah, 2 games ago, back in Extreme Racing. Which way? I went this way, didn't I? That Alex and most of the Tetra had been absent. They were elsewhere in that game. How do we do this? That did not work. So when you take the high route to take the low jump. But you might remember they were absent for a bit. I mentioned they were, everyone except for Bedlam, they were out giving someone to talk to. And that was, in fact, them heading on back to Monument City, I think it was called. Unless I'm confused, it was something else. I think that's what it's called in Velocity X. And there are lots of states with generic names from lots of games and whatnot, so it's hard to keep them all straight. But that somebody, in fact, happened to be Otto. Otto, who had this entire time been trying to help work with us against the menace that... Wait, we've already been here before. What? The menace that was re-slanging and the robots as a whole. But... Otto and their... Even in spite of the prototype car that Otto had a hold of, and in spite of the decent power and in some capacity fighting prowess that the drivers of Power Rocket had, in spite of that, they never were able to even catch up enough to the other racers to get them to listen. Of course, Otto's status having been cemented as that of a villain didn't really help anyone ever sit back down and listen and actually give Otto time to explain themselves. But Otto had been trying this whole time, with occasional appearances. I guess that does help a lot when it comes to picking up things in the air, now that I know I can do that, I can break in the air, but why would I never figured I could do that, because why would you be able to break in the air? I guess that makes life a lot easier now, though. But here we go. But that's all we know of that for the time being, with regards to what Otto's been doing up until now. But of course, not everyone was ignorant to Otto's designs. In part because, I suppose, some would have been wondering why Otto was still trying to chase after everyone and catch up after, even after the whole, well, after everything between Danny and him had long blown over. And it didn't really seem to be so a matter of revenge, considering that... Aha. No boost? Fine. Considering that it wasn't targeting Danny specifically or anything like that, or Gearhead for that matter. So eventually, some of those who have a better idea what's really going on between these various parties, that being a few members of the Golden Tetrad, Oh, interesting steering, Vert. Everyone just has control of their cars in the air in some weird way now, I guess. Whatever. Will I cut it here? I probably should. Save that so I can start here again next episode. Next recording session. But I'll do a quick little explanation. So, they end up meeting with Otto and understanding that they are in fact on the same side of Otto, of course. Otto being organic life form himself, he is of course on the organic side. Same with Otto's goons as well. And they say, you've certainly proved yourself capable of persevering sufficiently, if nothing else, to work with us. How about we say, we hook you up with the motor, get you a nice ride. You send us you send us one of your best drivers, and we'll see what we can do. And thus, a new driver, maybe not a new driver, but the best driver, the canonical driver, let's say, of Power Rocket comes onto the scene. No longer Otto. Otto's not really among the better drivers. But this new guy is. And we now officially, I suppose, have multiple sides working together against these robots. The faction lines have been, to a pretty decent degree, shattered and rebuilt from the ground up now, with this whole organic versus robot matter. Is there anything more to that story? Probably. You probably have some questions about how some certain things that we've seen before already fit into that. Some things that might seem consistent, or otherwise simply peculiar. There'll be more to hear about that later, certainly. But for the time being, that'll be that. So, this was a nice recording session. Two new characters who jumped onto the scene. A Power Rocket that is actually of some consequence, and a new robot. We'll see if they can actually stick out and tough it out. Maybe, maybe not. Whatever the case. Bye everyone. See you next time. And we actually are close to the end now because we have finishing up this collector and then finishing up the last challenge, the last tournament, and that'll probably be it for the game. I might do a couple little extra races after that just to get to play as more characters, but we'll see. But right now, humans have come at it pretty hard. We do have a robot, the Alex robot, who might prove themselves a worthy rival to Alex. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. But whatever the case is, we do have a sudden new threat in the form of Power Rocket. In addition to everyone just having decided they really hate Gearhead, which no one is probably surprised by. But regardless, the robots are behind. Let's see if that can change. Bye everyone.